We set out so long ago to make a difference by doing things for the first time, by being innovative.
This technology is going to take wolf conservation to a whole new level.
I'm so excited right now that I'm right here at the Flying D Ranch outside of Bozeman, Montana. And we're sitting on the edge of Yellowstone National Park, where we're helping Turner Conservation and Grizzly Systems deploy ARUs to really study gray wolves and their movement.
The Flying D is the largest tract of private land in the greater Yellowstone ecosystem and connects intimately to the Wolf Project in Yellowstone National Park.
How much land are we talking about?
The Flying D bumps out at about 114,000 acres.
Check out these buffalo.
Well, they're still there.
Yeah.
At any one time, this ranch will support between 3,000 to 5,000 bison.
One of the most exciting technological developments that we've seen in the last few decades has been the emergence of AI and bioacoustics as a consequence of that. And one of our missions at the Colossal Foundation is how can we deploy emerging technologies to support conservationists doing the hard work on the ground to advance their work and to protect the species that are imperiled.
If we can begin to understand the unique calls of an individual wolf and/or an individual pack, we can add meaningful data to censusing efforts so that we can help manage wolves more effectively outside of the national park as well as in it.
What we're innovating on with Grizz Cam is we want to have a scalable acoustic recording unit that we can minimize the amount of effort it is to put it out, and we can maximize the amount of data that you can collect over a larger landscape. If a wolf howls, can we tell you where it was without a collar on the wolf? That's a big deal. Can we leave these out for long periods of time? So maybe once a year you're coming and collecting all this acoustic data. And once we have all that data, can we bring all that data back very conveniently and then have a holistic view of what's going on?
And if we want to get to the point where we can really begin to maybe get a peek into the language of a wolf,
That's right.
we need to capture the sound, but then also have an idea of what was happening in that area during that
That's right.
that sound.
That's right. All right, guys, let's get one of these set up. This is Grizz Cam. Here's the battery. Here's the actual recording unit.
Sound and video.
Sound and video, yep. So we're seeing in every direction and we're listening in every direction. Yeah. So we can put this out and maybe you could give us a howl or something and I can show you the software and we can maybe view the notification.
And we can record a famous Mike howl.
Yeah. I don't know that I've ever passed up an opportunity to howl, so count me in, this would be great, yeah.
Sounds good. All right, let's go. This looks like a great spot. Yeah. The coolest thing we could do right now is we'll let this thing record. We're gonna go over to the Defender and then we'll see the processing happen real time.
Yeah,
Cool.
Good.
We'll radio.
Yeah, I'll be right here. I won't get too far. I'll make sure it can hear me.
That's right.
All right, Mike, we're ready for you to howl.
A lot of coyotes.
It's a lot of coyotes. All right, here we go. So we should see the spectrogram pop up in here, and then we should see the classification detection come in. Yeah, that looks just like a wolf owl, doesn't it? Oh man.
To date, we've put out acoustic recorders all across the northern range of Yellowstone. It's a grid of about 20 kilometers south to north and 50 kilometers wide. And we pick up every sound. So this data will be valuable to researchers of any species. It picked up Mike howling. right? And then coyotes responded. That data gets sent to us, and the UI displays it in an easy way for a user and analyze the events that took place that this device captured. So what you're looking at here is a spectrogram of a wolf chorus howl. A spectrogram simply visualizes sound, and so we can see what they're doing, and the AI looks for patterns like this in thousands of hours of recordings to find this particular chorus howl. So I'll play it. You see a wolf howl, and this higher pitched howl is more likely a female. And so other wolves start joining in, and then more and more. And now they're all participating. And you're hearing these slightly different calls. So let's move over to an individual howl. That is a good howl, but it happens to be Mike Phillips. And not many people can howl like Mike. I mean, he's one of the great canid conservationists ever in the world. And our moonshot is to decode howls. What could we use that for? We could use that for livestock mitigation. Like if you had a wolf pack in an area and you wanted to play a sound to keep them away from your sheep or cattle, you first have to think like a wolf and know what a wolf's saying. And the goal, though, along the way to the moonshot is all of these things can contribute to conservation. So we want to use it as the epicenter for all of this research and then let conservationists across the world leverage that information for their own use cases.
To think about Yellowstone being that epicenter of conservation innovation back then, and then for us to be here now again, right, with this new technology, once again making Yellowstone a hub for conservation tech and conservation innovation. It's so exciting, and I think we feel very honored to be a part of this project.
It's a cold but beautiful Yellowstone day. I had an incredible drive-in, and we saw some great wildlife already. Now we're gonna sit here and camp for a while, see if we can see the Junction Butte pack peek their head out.
Tell us a little bit about the wolf pack that's in the area right now.
Okay, sure.
And what makes them so special?
Well, this is a big deal for us. This is what's known as Molly's pack, and they were the first pack to be unloaded from the horse trailer when it came down from Alberta on January 12th of 1995.
Wow.
It was a gigantic deal. The press was there, the TV networks were there. A lot of Native Americans were there to welcome wolves back to their homeland. It's one of the greatest days in the history of Yellowstone. That would have been in the spring. Let me just turn this down. Just a second.
No, they are moving to the left on the ledge trail.
Okay, folks, let's look at the ledge trail up here. Do you folks have them? Okay. And can you give me a reference?
They're moving right to left, right along on the top of the cliff ridge thing.
Okay.
More like 12 o'clock.
Okay.
Almost straight in front of you.
Okay. So, black 1, gray 2, gray 3, 1094, gray 5, gray 6, gray 7, black 8, gray 9. Okay, I have all 9. If anyone wants to take a look, this is a good moment.
Oh, they look great. Get in there, Stefan. They're about to move out of the left lane.
Oh, wow.
We are a moonshot company, We focus on how can we apply technologies in the most ambitious way. I think the most ambitious application of these technologies is to unlock the language of a species.
What I hope comes from this is that people will begin to understand that gray wolves really are these sentient, feeling organisms that are due a great deal more respect.
Perhaps the most impact on conservation of any person in the world is Teddy Roosevelt. And he has this quote, and the gist of it is, if you're faced with a decision, you have three choices. The best choice is to do the right thing. The next choice is to do the wrong thing. And the worst choice is to do nothing. And if we're going to protect what's left of the wild world, we've got to get serious.